Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Chef D, and I'm here to give you the winning ingredients for your Sunday Night Showdown slate between the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings. We have a good one in for you guys. You have the Dallas Cowboys coming off a bye and Minnesota Vikings as well. These teams are going to be definitely ready for each other. Very intriguing matchup. But before I get into that, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget about the Patreon. Sign up for that. I give daily posts throughout the week on DFS and bets, so you guys can be updated and obviously get the best plays on each and every slate. Also, make sure you follow me on Instagram, okay? The testimonials are there. I post them after the night, and you see the results, okay? You're going to be joining into this group that is slowly growing, all right? We're growing day by day, and bounce off ideas. There's a comment section down below after my plays that I have. If you have any other questions, feel free, man. Feel free. A lot of people, DM me on Instagram, and there's other ways to get in contact with me, but I am here to help you. All right. Now, let's deep dive into this Dallas and Minnesota matchup. Minnesota is favored by 3.5, or it should be 3. Let's double check that. I'm not fully sign in, but we're going to go to football. And let me get these NCAA games out the way. We go to NFL right here. And I have to scroll all the way down to Dallas. Let's see what they got the line set at. All right. So for the Cowboys, Minnesota Vikings game, over under at 52. And the spread is at -3 for the Minnesota Vikings because they are home. All right. So now, the first person we want to speak about at that captain position will be Dak Prescott. I'm going to go into a little bit of depth of each side of the ball, which one I would lean. But this is someone that has been, outstanding this year so far. One of the candidates for MVP of the year as well. Dak Prescott coming in with a little bit of a calf problem, questionable right now. They haven't given the full go as of right now, as I'm recording, that he's going to play on Sunday. He's trending in that direction. We'll find more out Saturday. We'll probably get a definitive on Sunday morning. So please watch that news on NBCSportsEdge.com, anywhere you get your NFL news, okay? But Dak Prescott has been doing it in multiple facets. You saw the big game before the bye against the New England Patriots, game-winning touchdown to CeeDee Lamb. He put up 445 yards passing on Bill Belichick's defense, 3 TDs and 1 interception. Outstanding performance. Can provide some rushing upside. Has not had a rushing TD yet this year, which is not pretty much a shock, but something I thought he would get into. I think he's warming up to it after that horrific injury he had the season prior. So Dak Prescott is going to be on our radar. We're going to play him, despite the fact that the Purple People Eaters and the Vikings defense is very good. It is top 5 in the league. They're first in sacks. Look at these stats right here. Second in defensive third down percentage. Third in pass defense DVOA. Fifth in completion percentage allowed. Sixth in defensive DVOA. Sixth in passing TDs allowed. Eighth and passer rating allowed. I can go on and on and on and on and on. But they rank top 10 in a lot of categories. But they haven't faced an opponent like the Dallas Cowboys. They haven't faced an offense like them. You could say Arizona put up 33 points. Okay? You could say, what's another offense similar to that? None of them here. Cincinnati's pretty solid. They put up 27. So we have another elite offense going up against this defense, despite the fact that it is a very good defense. We're still fading defenses. We're not playing Minnesota, and we're not playing Dallas. Kickers are viable yet again. but we are not playing defenses. That's going to bump you up, and you'll be ahead of the curve with all the lineups that do have defenses in it. That's probably going to be around 20 to 25%. You get a bump up right there, all right? Kirk Cousins is going to be in a prime position in this game, going up against the Dallas secondary. Obviously, Trayvon Diggs is going to be he's a lockdown corner pretty much, but he's very good with getting interceptions. Other than him, there's question marks outside of their, of those cornerbacks besides their number one in Trayvon Diggs. So I still have high hopes for Kirk Cousins, for Justin Jefferson, and Adam Thielen. If I'm looking at fantasy points allowed to QBs, this is what I talked about. Look at Minnesota. They're number one ranked in the league. All right, only allowing 183 yards and 0.3 TDs per game to the quarterbacks. That's shocking, but we'll see. This is Dallas. This is a different story. All right, Dallas on the other side against QBs are ranked 25th, so I want to play Kirk Cousins. All right, they're allowing 274 yards passing, 1.7 TDs per game, and at 1.7 in interceptions. All right, so you got to watch out for that. All right. If one gets taken back to the house is the reason why you would play a defense, but I don't see them coming into fruition. I think this is going to be a big, high-scoring, back-and-forth game. Going to come down to whoever has the ball last. So we love Kirk Cousins. We're going to play him because it's a great matchup for him. Justin Jefferson, he should be seeing Trayvon Diggs. We don't know. We're not sure if he's going to be spending time some on him, some on Adam Thielen. We will see. All right. He had an okay performance his last game before the bye against Carolina. 8 on 80 yards receiving on 14 targets. Lost the fumble as well. This is a very dynamic LSU wide receiver. He can take anything to the house. You're gonna have to have him in your pool. He's a must get. One of the weaknesses for Dallas is going to be the running game, and I think Dalvin Cook can get things. This is the X factor for them. I think Dalvin Cook can break some stuff and really exploit this Cowboys defense, similar to what Damian Harris did when they faced the Dallas Cowboys. This is going to be another level. Dalvin Cook is going to be one of my top tier captain plays, all right, for this slate on that Sunday night football game, that Sunday night football matchup. Like I said, we spoke about their top tier defense. CeeDee Lamb, you're going to have to find space. You're going to have to cut salary somewhere. He had a huge game against New England. We'll see who's going to be on him, but we'll see. Because Minnesota is going to have to game plan to stop either CeeDee Lamb or Amari Cooper. You have to pick your poison. I think their front seven is stout enough to corral Ezekiel Elliott. Not saying he's going to have a huge game, but I think we need to find value. All right, we need to find value. So CeeDee Lamb, obviously, we like. Ezekiel Elliott, you can go to him, but then you're looking at how good this run defense is as well. If we go to running backs, fantasy points allowed to running backs. And where is the Minnesota Vikings? Are they top 10? Or they got worse? Or is this the weakness? Let's see. Okay, they're 20th. Okay, 20th. 20th. So I can see a scenario where we can go Cook and we can go Ezekiel Elliott, or instead of Ezekiel Elliott, you need to save salary, you can go Tony Pollard. So Minnesota Vikings are allowing 115 yards per game rushing and a TD. Same thing, well, similar to Dallas Cowboys, only allowing 81 yards rushing and 1 TD as well. So if I want to pick some poisons, I can play either Zeke or Dalvin Cook. I think I like what I saw out of what the New England game plan was against the Cowboys. I think they can implement something similar to that because they have a better running back. So Dalvin Cook is viable. All right. So let's go. We'll throw Zeke in here. And now we're going to get to our next tier of plays. All right. Thielen. We'll clear it out for you guys. Thielen is a great option if you expect Trayvon Diggs to be on Justin Jefferson, then you can save some salary, go to Adam Thielen. He had a big game against Carolina, 11 receptions, 13 targets, 126 yards, and 1 TD. So, want to save salary? This is a pivot right here. We can save salary right here. If you want to go cheaper than CeeDee Lamb, Amari Cooper, he's still a top tier target. Was like 1A, 1B between him and CeeDee Lamb. They're throwing in a lot of Dalton Schultz, working in both running backs. So this is a very spread Dallas Cowboys offense. So you're going to have to make a multiple to pinpoint the exact Cowboy that's going to go off is very, very difficult because they have so many options. Last week, Amari Cooper was the focus with Bill Belichick's defense. 5 receptions, 8 targets, 55 yards. And he had an okay day. Didn't really pay off his salary. We'll throw him in the pool. Dalton Schultz has been a very solid safety net for Dak Prescott. If I'm choosing someone that's going to be the most consistent receiver on Dallas, that is Dalton Schultz. If we look at the game log, 6 targets, 8 targets, 8 targets, 7 targets. That's 4 weeks in a row of solid production. Everyone is being covered between Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb, and in the middle, Dalton Schultz is running free, and I think he's one of the top tier options as well in your flex to pay for because it's going to be hard to afford Dak, Cousins, and then another elite wide receiver. We need someone in the middle. I think he's a guy that's definitely viable with the upside and the volume he's getting currently. If we're going down cheaper, I told you, if you want to fade Zeke and we go with someone that's also getting the ball, Tony Pollard can be an X factor there. Look at this, 10 carries in each and every game besides week 1. He's been fully implemented, being used in the receiving game as well. 3 receptions, 22 yards last week, 4 receptions and 28 yards the week before that. So he's at least seeing the ball around 19 to 15 times a game. You're getting solid production from him. The question is, who will get in the end zone between Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott? If I'm saying, we want to save some salary, Pollard can be that guy. And we continue to go down. KJ Osborne. If you want to fade both, at least if you want to choose 2 and fade Justin Jefferson, go Thielen and Osborne. He's been having big weeks so far this year. At least 3 out of the last 7 games have been big weeks. 14.6 against Cincinnati, 20.1 against Arizona, and right before the bye, 19.8 against Carolina's defense. But that was in overtime. He still has a great matchup against Dallas. He will not see elite corners on the other side of that ball from Dallas, so he can be the guy that can roam free. Him, maybe Tyler Conklin. We will see how they're going to implement, if they're going to go 12-man set or go with 3 wide receivers. Is pick your poison, okay? Because some games it's Tyler Conklin and some game it's KJ Osborne. All right. If we're going to continue to go down, I just talked about Conklin. You're going to have to flip a coin on both of these guys. They both had a decent game last time against Carolina. 19 fantasy points for Osborne, and Conklin had 10.1. He also had a big blow-up week against Seattle. Other than that, he's been pretty mediocre. I don't think he's a must-have. Someone you could probably have around 10% if you're doing a lineup builds. Cedric Wilson with Gallup coming back very soon. Let's see if we got an update. He hasn't been activated yet, but let's see what it says. Gallup has been moving well in practice and is right around the corner, but probably won't make it back for Sunday's game. So you got one more chance if you want to punt wide receiver with Cedric Wilson. He's had, up and down games. 7 targets, 42 yards against New England, 8.2. He happened to have a touchdown in 2 straight games in week 4 and week 3, but other than that, it's very, very middling performances from the number 3 wide receiver in Dallas. So you can kind of stay away from him. If you want to go with the kickers, Zerline and Greg Joseph are going to be the guys you want to choose. So let's just clear out the space. That was our tier 2 guys. All right, pay attention. Those were the tier 2. Next is the kickers. Like I said, kickers are viable, and I'm not going with defenses. We're going to skip these 2 right here at 3,200 and 2,600. If I'm looking for anyone below the kickers, Blake Jarwin is the number 2 tight end. If you don't think it's Schultz, Blake Jarwin has been getting some looks. As you can see, let's see, we'll just go to the game log. Everything's under 10 fantasy points, but he's being worked in as well. Okay, and two tight end sets, or just to give Schultz a breather. Alexander Madison is only an option if Dalvin Cook gets injured. Other than that, I'm staying away. All right, Herndon happened to got a lucky touchdown the week before, but other than that, we're just sticking with that. We're sticking with that. All right, I'm leaning towards Minnesota in these game builds and in the game period if you want to bet it. Obviously, you'll get more exclusive content if you sign up for the Patreon. I give picks, I give any leans, information, any questions asked, it's going to be there. But for this video, at Captain, love Dak or Kirk Cousins. I think Schultz can be a sneaky, cheaper captain because of the volume that he uses. And also, we love Dalvin Cook because the upside we've seen from Damian Harris on New England, how they ran it down their throats. Dalvin Cook can definitely do something similar to that. And also, wide receivers against Dallas have been very successful. I want to look at the wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 guys. So Osborne and Thielen are going to be higher on my list. And definitely you have to pair with Kirk Cousins, all right? So that is going to be the breakdown for the Sunday night football slate we got going on between the Cowboys and the Vikings. I would like to thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessageSD, and I'll be back with another video very soon. Peace out, guys.